Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. I won't belabor the point by repeating some of the many great points that have already been mentioned by several of the supporters of H.R. 1162. I, as chairman of the 100 Dads, a parent advocacy organization that promotes responsible fatherhood through civic engagement and education reform policy, I support this legislation for two reasons. Rochelle and Rachel, my two daughters. And I speak today on behalf of not only my two daughters, but the hundreds and thousands of other daughters and sons out there who have been limited with the educational opportunity that they deserve because, quite frankly, the local school system has not been very friendly to public charter schools. H.R. 1162 establishes a shared responsibility between the state and the local governments to be able to provide more educational opportunity for all of our children. I can tell you firsthand, I'd like to dismiss some of these myths about the inadequacy or the lack of disparity or whatever. At my daughter's public charter school, there are kids who literally get off the MARTA bus stop and walk in the front door of the school, as well as their parents who drop those kids off in cars that are made in America or made in foreign countries across the land. There's huge diversity in public charter schools, and we need to have more of those in this state. I've heard the conversation today. We've talked about governance, we've talked about fiscal impact, and we've talked about accountability. But the one thing we have not talked about, the reason why we want to have more charter schools, is because we want to have higher student achievement. That is the purpose of public charter schools and having more of them. I can tell you firsthand that I had a daughter who attended a neighborhood school whereby the majority of the energies and the money, I may add, were spent toward focusing on the kids who were trying to meet standards so they can pass the CRCT. Thereby, those students who walked in the door ready to learn and take it to the next level, they received little or no emphasis. Matter of fact, in some cases, none at all. But things were a little bit different at my daughter's public charter school, where everybody was pushed to raise the bar, not just to close the gap, but to raise the bar. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to see more of those schools in the state, and I'd ask you to please consider not governance, not fiscal impact, but let's consider student achievement, and let's consider how this is going to impact the lives of those kids now and in the future, and their parents and their families. Thank you.